to install our door, so we'll pick it up and install it.
Now that the door's in the opening, make sure that somebody's always holding on to it because it's not secure in the opening. It can fall back out and hurt somebody or hurt the door. So you want to just make sure that there's hands on it at all time during the installation process. The door's in the opening, but the door is not supported, so it won't remain square. When we were putting the door in the opening, it popped off the hinges. We want to just make sure we put it back on the hinges before we start to level everything out. So that's the next process. We'll get a 4-foot level. We'll start leveling everything and get ready to shim it and fasten the jambs to the wall and finish the installation.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and level and square up our door, and we're going to be using these 2.5-inch trim screws because it's a stained door, so we want to keep the holes in the jamb as small as possible. You also will probably need some shims to shim it where necessary. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and level and square up our frame and door. I went ahead already and shimmed in the necessary spots and put the screws on the inside, stuck my level on the jamb and shimmed it, and we're spot on level. And I put 2 trim screws and 2 hinges up in the top, and I used a small trim screw and this stain to make the hole small as possible. So we'll repeat the process on the other side. You'll level it up. Looking pretty good there. We can check our jamb on the inside. We'll go ahead and start a screw about 6 inches down on both sides. Good.
Now once you get a screw in there, you may want to test it, make sure that the bookcase is seating on the back side of this properly. He's going to get another screw on the bottom. Then we're going to shut the bookcase and make sure it shuts evenly.
There we go, we're tied up against our trim. You want to look here and make sure you're tied up against your trim for the nice concealment. And the last thing to do is to install the self-latching mechanism. All right, before we go ahead and install our latching device, when you receive it, it's going to come balled up in some foam and plastic, and you just got to be careful cutting it apart. And it'll come in a bag like this, and it'll have everything in there, and maybe some shelf pins and whatever else you might have ordered that fit in there. So that's how it will come, so just look out for that. All right, so your latching device is going to come with this bracket, which there'll be a picture up here to my right, and it'll come with this bracket, a threaded rod, 2 nuts, and a plastic ramp that it ramps up, and it has a little recessed circle for the bottom of the bolt, the head of the bolt, it'll slide up and lock in, and there'll be an example up to my right for that. All right, so let's go ahead and install this latch. All right, some of the tools you'll need a screw gun, a square, pencil, and tape and a wrench. It's a 1/2 inch wrench for these nuts here. You can use a 1/2 inch or 13 millimeter. So all right, let's go ahead and attach this. You're gonna go, this is your border trim right here, and you're gonna go 1.5 inches from here to this side, and this bolt's gonna be facing down. The head of this bolt will be facing down. So you're gonna go from there 1.5 inches. Now I went ahead and pre-drilled that and stuff to make this a little faster. So let's go ahead and mount this. Alright, now our latch is attached to our bookcase. Now it's time to install our ramp. The ramp slopes, and you're going to slope it. It's going to start at the shallow part and go up for an in-swing door. The door swings this way, so it wants to ride up the ramp. For an outswing, the door swings out, so you would turn this around for an outswing and it would come up the ramp. But this is an in-swing, so you're going to have it come up the ramp and then into your recessed hole. So what I like to do is I like to put it like it goes, and I'll adjust this to where it's just a little tight, and I'll help it get on that threshold, and then I just slide it back. It'll stay in that little recessed hole, and then there's a little bit of play. Can you see the door moving? There's a little bit of play. So I'll take this and push it back and hold it. Take my pencil and I'll make it somewhat straight, but I want to make a line right here. So I'll make a line right here in the front, and that tells me how far back I got to go. And then I'll make a little line on the side, and that'll tell me where it needs to be. And you want to try and just get that somewhat straight, and then you just want to pull the door back out. And you don't want to peel that sticky thing off till you're fully 100% done. Okay, so you probably can't see them on the video, but I can see my marks here. So it's a 90, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of line that up there, put them on my marks. Then I'm going to bring my square over. Square that up. It looks pretty good right there. I got lucky. I'm going to make a small mark right here. Then we're going to go ahead and peel this off and expose that stickiness in there. And line it up with your marks. It's a little hard to do from this angle. All right. We're good. And we can go ahead and put our screw in. All right, and now we'll test our door. Okay, we're almost ready to test our door. You just gotta adjust this as needed. So you just wanna start closing that door and make that to where it starts riding up that ramp. And you know, you'll have to test it a couple times. And then when you get it to to the right tension, you're gonna just tighten these bolts, one against the other, and hold this nice and stiff. So let's go ahead and test our door. All right, there we go. And that's how you install a latching device on an in-swing door.